Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I just want to say thank you for being here. If you are here, you're day one, and I love you. If you're not here, fuck you. Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking. Um, Sorry, my voice is raspy as hell. All I've been doing is literally sleeping. I have nothing else to do in my life right now. On quarantine, on lockdown. The country is going crazy. This whole virus thing is coming down. But yeah, without further ado, I'd like to go straight into the podcast, man. My name is Justin. Welcome to the ISO, a brand new series that I'm trying to create about NBA basketball. I hope you guys enjoy it. I know I'm excited. I'm a huge basketball fan. I hope we had basketball right now. That literally be all I'd be watching is basketball. It's so sad to think that we literally be in the playoffs right now. If basketball was still here, but it's not, and out for obvious reasons. We're in a, like I said, we're in a crazy time, and I guess I can start off by just talking about whether or not basketball should come back, or maybe it shouldn't come back, because that's really where we are right now. So if you guys remember, not too long ago, when the NBA was still going on, it was crazy because the virus was still, there was reports of it getting into America, and I feel like we were expecting it to get to America, but I don't know, like our government just did an atrocious job preparing us for this virus, because it seemed like as a country we just all started scrambling. Rudy Gobert happened, his dumb ass. Bro, Rudy Gobert fucking touching mics like a fucking dumbass. Like, yeah, that clip is gonna age so bad for him. That kid, it aged, because I don't even know if that was, I mean, that was when it was happening, but oh my god, his stupid, I can't. That's so bad, and I feel bad for him, but like that was just so ignorant for him to do something like that, and now look what's happening. And literally, technically, he started shit. He might as well have started coronavirus, in at least in the NBA, because he was the first player, if I'm not mistaken, to get to test positive. And as soon as that happened, players were on the court, and the NBA had to call and get everybody out of there, try to stop this virus from spreading. But let's just move on. So, should the NBA come back? Now, I'm a basketball fan. My heart, I want to say yes. And honestly, the way it's looking, I think basketball will come back. I think it will. But let's start with why maybe it's not the best idea for basketball to come back. We'll start with the obvious reasons, right? So, number one, we're still in a pandemic. Like, the virus is still spreading. It's been spreading for damn near 2 months. Not even, I said 2 months. It's been spreading literally all year. But I'm talking like in America, it's been spreading for a couple months now. And I don't think it's gonna stop spreading, anytime soon, really. So, just minimizing the overall risk and exposure to these players, their health, their families, that's how viruses spread. So, like, it would be, responsible to forego the season, let things die down, and then, come back and, start balling again. But, on the other hand, we gotta protect the players, and feel like that's and Adam Silver, who has done a great job since he's filled in for David Stern. He's really done. I'm like, hats off to the man. He's balled out for real, and I feel like he's done a great job protecting player safety. And I feel like even if he does restart the season, I think he'll do it in a very responsible and safe way. Now, the other reason why I feel like the NBA, might not want to restart this season, or I should say, continue the season, is because whoever wins, they're not going to get the respect that they deserve. Because we know basketball fans, and basketball fans love to talk shit. Everybody has, everybody's going to have their opinion regardless. But for some reason in the NBA, us basketball fans, I'm one of them. Shit, I'm not. I talk a lot of shit. I promise you. But if I know for a fact, if my team doesn't win the championship, and right now I'm a Lakers fan. I know. I'm a LeBron guy. It is what it is. But personally, I like players more than I like teams. I'm just kind of I'm kind of on that vibe, and so I'm riding with the Lakers, and shit. All I know is that if the Clippers win the chip, and the Clipper fan starts capping at me, I'm gonna I might have to use the season has been shortened. It doesn't count. Yeah. They have an unfair advantage. Listen, people are gonna say that, and just out of respect, because it's not easy to win a championship. Like, either way you slice it, it's hard. You know what I'm saying? So it's just tough. It's a tough situation, and there's gonna be an ostrich, osmosis. There's gonna be one of those shits on whoever wins the championship, and it's tough, like I said. But on to why the basketball season should come back, and I want basketball back, man. But look, so like I said, there's a lot of talk on how it could come back. There's people saying that there's murmurs of having everybody at like Disney World, Vegas. These are names that are being thrown out there, and having like all teams or like half the teams spread out throughout the locations or all in one location. And that's kind of dope though, because it's gonna be like a campusy vibe. You know what I mean? So I feel like that can be cool. And having all the teams in one spot, playing games, like that'd be cool to be like a fly on the wall during a season like that. Now, we heard that LeBron. We saw that a couple of weeks ago. There was a report of LeBron, Curry. I think Lillard was in there too. All these motherfuckers. I think advocating for the season to come back. And listen, if I was making millions of dollars, balling and hooping, like shit, I would be asking to come back too. Because honestly, I don't really know too much about like players getting paid. I'm not really checking their pockets. I mean, I am, because I know shit. These motherfuckers are making millions of dollars. But look, I don't think they get paid if they don't play. I believe that's how it works. So correct me if I'm wrong. I don't really know. Like, if they because if they get injured, I think they still get paid. I don't know if they get paid the full amount. I'm sure the Players Association has that covered for them though. But this is different. This isn't an injury. This is like the season is suspended. So I doubt they're getting paid right now. I wonder if they're getting unemployment. I'd be tight, bro. If basketball players were like getting unemployment, because their unemployment is probably crazy. I guess it depends where they live and shit. But look, their unemployment is probably higher than like my yearly salary. Like I swear, it probably is that crazy. And I'm tight. I'm salty. It's okay. I can admit it. That's tough. But look, more power to them. Get their money. I'm trying to get my money. Subscribe, like the podcast. You know what I mean? You know the vibes. Share it. If you like basketball, you know somebody that likes basketball, because then they're gonna know somebody that likes basketball, and we all come together to talk basketball. But yeah, so season comes back. How is it gonna look? So obviously players gotta warm up. Players probably rusty as shit right now. You know, I'm sure some players, players will have more land than others. Like, I don't know where like players that live in like Utah are gonna have big ass houses, and so they probably have basketball hoops like outside and shit. But like players in New York, like on the Knicks, even though the Knicks are ass, and it doesn't really matter if they practice or not, they're gonna be ass regardless. They don't have like the space to be practicing, so they're gonna be. I believe they said they're gonna have like a training camp session for a couple of weeks. I believe they're talking about as early as like mid-June, and just to get everybody back in basketball shape. And there's a couple of different avenues that they can go about this. They can literally resume the season, obviously with everybody being at one location. Excuse me. Or they could just like literally cancel the regular season, go straight into the playoffs, and that's gonna be controversial, of course. But listen, like I said, no matter what avenue they choose, there's people are gonna say something either way, so I think what the NBA is gonna do, and I feel like for a pure business, it kind of makes sense, because we've heard the NBA been talking for years now about a 1-16 playoff format, right? Now, why it makes sense for this season? Because ironically, the 1-8 seeds in the East and the 1-8 seeds in the West would all make the playoffs regardless. So in the 1-16, literally the top 8 teams in the East and West wouldn't be in there. So that makes sense. The cringy part is like, all right, but like, what about last year? I forgot like who got snubbed. Like I forget who, like, barely. I think it was Minnesota close. I don't know, or Sacramento. I'm trying to think. The Kings were like the 9th seed last year, something like that. Like, they could probably be like, yo, we would have been the 15th seed. You know what I mean? But NBA is not really worried about that. They're worried about, making the game better going forward, which I get. Now, I think it'll be fun. It makes for some quirky matchups in the first and second round. We're gonna have East-West first round, East-West second round. Like, that's different. You know what I mean? And I think it's cool, and I think it makes sense. Like I said, it's just people are gonna talk, but the NBA, I feel like they're gonna want to capitalize on, the quarantine vibes and all that, because we saw what the NFL draft, and the NFL draft, that shit was virtual. We were just watching Roger Goodell on his comfy ass chair in his, I guess that's his home. His home looks like an office, like a corporation office. It looked cozy as hell, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I just, like, it made me want to, like, drink some hot chocolate type shit and, like, put on some, like, furry ass socks. No cap. But what was I even talking about? Yeah, NFL draft did numbers, bro. Numbers. So you're telling me that if we don't go into the NBA playoffs, that's not gonna hit? Yo, it's gonna be crazy.